back to another episode of the Happy Camper Podcast.
I'm happy.
I'm Noah. This is Chris.
Hi, guys.
And this is Willie. And we're glad you joined us for this episode. One of the things that we strive here to do at the Wilds is to do things well. But you know what? Sometimes, listen.
It's unique to us.
Yes, listen. Sometimes things just don't go as planned. And we were listening to some of the questions that you guys had. You guys have commented on YouTube and I believe it was Spotify, other things like that. We appreciate those. So please continue to comment and ask us questions and send us things because that helps us to create more things. So for instance, today we're going to be answering a couple of questions and it has to do with what I was talking about just a moment ago about doing things well. Because sometimes things just go wrong, and there's just nothing you can really do about it to
Probably
prevent
was
it.
something you could do about it. We just didn't.
Well, I mean, just like things that happen that you try to prepare for, but it happens just at just the absolute worst time. So we're gonna ask the question. So, what are some things that have happened around camp that just something just went wrong or something went awry, and you had to quickly do something about it? You guys have any stories that you want to tell about thinking on your feet? Just some quick things that had to happen as a result of, it could be a storm, could be just power. Usually that's it. If there's a problem,
Sure.
it usually has something to do with something malfunctioning.
Yeah, there's lots of storm stuff, but I'll say the one we were talking about just a few minutes ago because we were just happened to be talking about it. I don't remember why it came up,
I don't either.
but we were it was a few years ago. We were doing lake games, and so Willie and I, of course, were out on the lifeguard stand there out in the middle, looking cool as I remember with the cowboy hats and the sunglasses.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the
Still got
coolest I
those
ever
pictures.
felt. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I had my cell phone out. I don't know.
Which was his mistake.
Yeah,
we don't have cell phones
Oh
here.
my word. Okay. First of all, this is not really a good example of thinking quick because I don't know that entered ever. But I was timing the events, so I was like, okay, we got 2 minutes left in round number 3. 2 minutes left. Willie and I were talking about how I wanted to be angry with him because I don't know, just
So easy to do.
It just he turned around and his hand just he just turned around and went like that. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
And literally
You just had
perfectly
a hand spasm, just
smacked
flinging
the
around.
phone right out of my hand, right to the bottom of the lake in the middle of the game. And I just remember thinking, what are we going to do?
I remember thinking,
B, I want to be upset with Willie, but I know it was it was just a freak accident to the,
he got a new phone.
yeah.
Yeah, that one.
So what'd you do
That one
about-
didn't go as planned.
What'd you do about timing the rest of the activity?
I have no idea. We probably,
I'm sure I took it.
no,
took
I'm
control of
sure.
it.
I'm sure what happened is we just went. There's 10 seconds left. 10,
Which, to be honest, we do all the
9,
time.
Right.
8, and that round got shortened or lengthened or whatever because I don't know how much time was actually left. Garrett, the lifeguard, shout out Garrett, who let me borrow his cool hat and shades too, by the way.
Cowboy hat.
Did get the phone at the bottom of the lake, but it'd been down there for a few minutes. Like it took a few attempts, as it were. Got it, brought it up. We did the whole set it and rice thing, but it was not.
It was done.
It was done.
So you did get a new phone
Cooked.
out of it.
I mean, yeah, I did
Yes, He did.
get a
And-
new phone. Yes.
Well, that's good.
I did not
So-
want a new phone or to have to buy a new phone at that moment.
So
but
completely out of your control,
Yeah.
and Willie clearly didn't have control over his arms
Yes.
flying around.
yeah, I was
know.
like,
I'm sure I was just saying, hey,
Hey, how much time left?
pay
Bam.
attention to that kid to make sure he's okay. I'm sure that's what I was
Yeah.
doing, and it just happened to fly off and hit his phone. So
Right. Now, Willie, you've been here for a lot longer
a
than we have.
long time.
So you've probably seen a few things happen, over the years.
I mean, lots
where-
of years.
I mean, there's a lot to choose from.
Let me put you on the spot here.
Or do you
Yeah.
just put those out of your mind and you just don't remember any of them?
I'm sure that's the reason.
Because
I'm not
nothing
thinking-
ever has gone wrong here.
No,
right?
there's plenty of times where we can talk about like
Oh yeah.
the power
Any-
going out during the service. That happens all the time.
All right,
I
yeah.
say happens all the time. It doesn't happen all the time.
It
but it's
happens
happened,
too many times. That's for sure.
It's happened multiple times over the years, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Oh, I got another one. You remember this? Fun time, Labor Day family camp. We are doing The King and I, which is a skit where
We did it last summer.
Yes, but it's basically where two guys are jumping all over the stage and kind of like wrestling, and there's a lot of motion. I wasn't the one doing it, but a couple of our guys were doing that. And in the fall, we do fun time in the fireplace room. All right, so all summer long we do it down, in the activity center or up in JBC, up at the Lakeside Center. But during the fall and spring, we do it in the fireplace room. So it hadn't been done in a while. Well, apparently, some Yellow Jackets had gotten in under the stage and made a nest. And during
It was in a wall. Were you there?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
there. Yeah. And were you there?
I was there. It was in the wall.
Good. Yeah. It was in the wall.
Yeah.
Sorry. And they got worked up from everybody jumping around the stage and started. And the room is packed full of people. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and this is adults, children. It's family camp, and it's usually one of our fuller weekends. So I mean, there are Yellow Jackets everywhere. I felt terrible for the kids, but
We were
like
only
people
like
are
15
getting
minutes
stung,
into fun time.
and we just ended it. We just
Yeah.
ended fun time because we had to clear out that room and get everybody taken care of, but
Yeah.
we didn't really know how to react. But they were literally swarming the fireplace room.
And this little girl comes up. She's probably 3 years old, 4 years old, and she comes up. Are we gonna do fun time? Which really bothered me. I was like, nope, there's bees.
Yeah.
So we had to go home, watch
So
football.
thinking on the fly there was like, everybody get out of here and we'll take care of these, which we did. I mean, we did get rid of them,
Yeah.
but we didn't salvage fun time.
Most of the mishaps have happened. I would say. I mean, this ones I can remember. We're in fun time. I was doing a skit one time and was flailing around and
Oh,
jumped up.
shocker. You were flailing around like you had no control over your hands and your
And he
limbs.
knocked the phone out of someone's
Yeah.
hand.
This is fun time. So it's a place where you do flail around, and I jumped
Which is
up
begs the question, why were you flailing around on top of the lifeguard? Sorry, good.
and I landed on Dan Brooks's foot and broke it.
Ooh.
So
What
that-
skit were you doing?
Boot to the head.
Oh. Okay.
Sounds like Dan doesn't have much luck in fun times, because there was one time Dan and we were doing the
Oh,
fly.
yeah,
We were
yeah.
doing the fly skit, and I play the guy with the cane. And at the time, the cane that we currently have had a big rubber knob on the end of it.
Yeah.
And so the part where I'm swinging it like it's a baseball bat to hit the fly, I actually swung it like really hard, like I was hitting a baseball. And I didn't really know at the time what had happened, but when I swung, I just hear this loud whoosh, and then just a smack, just a loud pop, and the end of that rubber piece flew off the end of that cane, and it hit Dan square in the chest. I mean, hard. But I don't know that I could have thrown it harder. And but the fortunate thing is that it hit Dan and not
But-
not one of the campers
Sure.
in the face, because that absolutely could have happened.
But it did. It actually happened later. Rand was doing it, and it flew off and hit a camper.
oh,
So we're sorry. We're sorry about that.
Hey, camper
free,
out there.
free
if you're
cool
listening.
beans drink for you if you got
Right,
hit
You
by
come
the
back. Yeah, you're going to have 100
I-
kids saying it was me now.
but I smoked.
I
Dan
remember who
with
it
the-
was.
with the cane.
I remember another time it was Matt Herbster's birthday during the summer, and during fun time.
I know.
Were you there?
No, but you just told the story
Okay.
recently.
And it was his birthday, so I got him a cake. And during one of our skits that he and I were doing, brought the cake up, had somebody hand me the cake with the candle.
Well, what was supposed to happen during the skit? Can you tell them that? Because then that
I
play
don't
into this?
remember. I don't.
Go ahead.
I don't-
go
I
ahead.
don't
You told
know
this
that-
story in another podcast.
Go ahead. Go
Oh, I
ahead.
did?
Yeah, you told the
Oh.
story.
Anyway,
But go ahead,
I've got
continue.
the cake and candle. We had all the campers sing happy birthday, and then instead of just being kind, I was going to smash the cake in his face. Well, I smashed the cake in his face, but I forgot to take
Oh,
the
it was
candle
royal
out.
Yeah.
altercation. It was the very end of royal
Oh,
altercation.
maybe that's what it
And
was.
so you were going to smash it into
Yeah.
his face is the last thing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, but I forgot to take the candle out. So I hit him
Right
in
into
the
his
face,
eyeball.
and it went right in his eyeball.
Classic.
Oh.
So yeah.
Ouch.
Dude, that reminds me of another. This is just a random story, but okay. My first summer on program, was the Royal one, and I was just the guy like sitting up there doing nothing. I mean, my feet just dangling up there in the balcony, just sitting there having to watch the whole thing, and bored out of my mind. Let me tell you.
He saw it 12 times in a row.
But I don't know what week it was, but toward the end of the summer, one of our league counselors, unbeknownst to me, a guy who had worked there the summer before came and was all dressed up like he
yeah.
belonged in the fun time, and I was like, "What's this guy doing here?" Now his girlfriend was one of the league counselors who was all dressed up for this as well, and it was her birthday, and they're like, so there was like a surprise or whatever, and so he wasn't working there this summer, so he had traveled, had made this this. I mean, his costume was like his, or he had it made, or he found it, or he rented it. I don't know.
I think it was ours. I think it was just got pulled down from something we had.
No, he
Can
came.
you talk about Nate?
Nate Bowman. I mean, that dude is humongous.
Yeah.
He wore this thing
think it
that was.
Go ahead.
How do I remember this?
Anyway, well, you were there, weren't you? No. Yeah, you were probably working there. That's
What
right.
year
2011.
It might have been
Was
11.
it 2011? I was head
11.
lifeguard in
Yeah.
11. Okay, so yeah.
So anyway,
I
he
would've
rolls
been there.
out at the end of stage. Herbster was like, who was the king? He was like, and now some kind
Special
of
announcement.
special announcement, birthday surprise, something like that. Anyway, so the lead counselor comes up and Nate walks out on the stage, and I'm so naive and just dumb. I'm like, I wonder,
get the guy on
he had
stage.
something. I'm like, I wonder if he's got like a. I literally thought he had a birthday cake under there. I'm like, is he hiding a cake? We're gonna sing happy birthday. All right, cool. Maybe I'll get some cake out of this. Well, anyway, he kneels down and proposes to her, and I was kind of disappointed because I was wanting a cake, or I was hoping for a cake, but he proposes, everybody goes nuts, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense actually. But
Everybody thought that's how I was going to ask my wife.
really,
At the time, to marry me, she would have said no in front of everybody if I'd have done that during fun time. She'd be like, no, I would not.
yeah.
Wow.
I will say this: there was one other one that I remember. There probably been more over the years, but one other one on the main stage but it was final scoring.
Final scoring.
This was the loudest I've ever heard the building.
Yeah.
I'm not even close. Was when one of our lead counselors, after his team won, invited his girlfriend at the time, who was I think she was the head lifeguard, but she came up on stage, and he kind of like in his mind it was smooth. It wasn't that smooth.
It wasn't, and he's not that smooth. So
No, he knows
Sam,
who he
there's
is.
that.
But when he asked her to marry, I mean,
Place became unleashed.
oh
Yes.
my word, the screams from the girl. I can still like see some of the girls' eyes.
That was
in the
medieval
front.
too, wasn't it?
They went nuts. I mean, I don't remember how we were dressed up. I don't remember because Sam wouldn't have been dressed up for that.
No.
But I just remember them going absolutely losing their minds, and that place was so loud. But it was awesome. Like I'll say this, like
What would Tara have done if you had done that?
I don't know, and I'm thankful that I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think she would have said no. I don't.
To be
think.
clear, this sounds like more things that went well.
That's
so
okay.
that's
Some
good.
Stories.
Yeah.
It could have went very wrong.
Yeah.
It could have
Yeah.
went so wrong.
If, my,
And it would've
If she
been-
said no.
my wife would have been like, "You go and ask me another way." I might say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. But anyway, that was a rabbit trail of a rabbit trail of a rabbit trail.
Yeah.
But
that one's gone.
what do you have, Noah? Do you have any of these?
Yeah, so a few things that we've had to try to do some things last minute. There was one time, so every Wednesday, if you've been a junior camper, you know that we have Water Wars, and that's like one of their favorite activities, and it's a huge. I mean, we do it every year, and you wouldn't think this would be a problem, but we actually, someone was draining the lake and forgot to
Oh yeah.
stop draining the lake, and the lake was too low and for us to actually have our water games.
Oops.
Right. So it's just like
Forgot to put the plug back in.
Exactly, yeah. Which I guess is a valve or something like that. So
It
they had
used-
to.
Yeah. I think it was different. It used to be because they used to have to when it would rain a lot, you'd have
Yeah.
to open it up to let it flow out.
Right. Well, someone forgot to turn the valve and stop it from draining.
Not
and
like
so-
we've ever forgot to turn the valve on or off, like
Right,
the bottom of
right.
a super slide.
No.
Right. And so we were like, okay, so what are we going to do? Like, because they told us, and the maintenance guys came and told us, like, hey, we're really sorry, but you can't do Water Wars today because the water's too low. You don't have enough water to do your activities. And so we had to try to think of something because we didn't really have anything else that we could replace that with as far as like a water activity. And so anyway, I think we ended up coming up with a scavenger hunt list.
Hey,
And I was like, Kevin, here's what we're going to do.
go find a
drills.
blade
I
of
said-
grass.
I said, Kevin, I want you to come up with a scavenger hunt list. We're going to send them all out. And if they can find me, they'll get bonus points. So I went
gonna take a
home.
nap.
I went home.
Yeah.
I went home and got a ghillie suit. And I went up in the woods. And I was findable, okay? I was absolutely findable. But they never found me.
How close were they? Were they close?
Ish, yeah. They probably got within, like 40, 50 yards.
Oh,
but
so not close at all.
Ghillie suit is a camouflage suit. For anybody who might not know what that is.
anyway, yeah. So, but that was
I could see them through my scope.
it was a problem. it was a
in my
problem I
deer stand.
didn't think we'd ever have to have, with there not being enough water in the lake. But that was something. And then of course, the power outages, things like that. But I will say there's a little bit of a challenge when you've got, 280 junior campers and then all of the lights just shut off. It's a totally,
That happened
none
this
of
past
them,
summer, didn't it?
none of the microphones work, and we're just trying to keep them all because they love to make a bigger deal out
Well,
of
they scream as soon as the lights go out. Yeah.
yeah. So now I don't have a microphone, and I'm just. But I will say this: it actually happened right at the beginning of game show. Like game show is starting, and obviously, like with Fun Time and things like that, like we need the lights, we need audio, we need the PowerPoint, we need all these different things, and it just like shut off for like 10 seconds, and I was like, please just let the microphone. I'm like talking in the microphone, and then the microphones just like came on. And so I just had the microphone, and then everything actually came back up within like a few seconds, and it was just like quick little reset. But it had me like panic because that's like I actually have dreams, I have nightmares about these types of things happening. In fact, in the weeks leading up to camp,
Wow.
I have dreams. listen, I have nightmares about it's the night of game show, and I have nothing. I have nothing prepared, and so I'm just and I'm there, and all the kids are there, and I'm just up on the stage. And it's like the most chaotic thing. And so in that little 10-second moment of no power, like my brain.
I have better things to have nightmares about.
Like what?
Like
I
what?
don't know. I don't have nightmares.
I have better things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you one.
Anyway. All right. So another question that was asked is about lost and found items. Okay. What types of things do people leave at camp? Well, you would be amazed at the types of things people leave at camp. And sometimes we're...
Or things people bring to camp.
Right,
for instance,
right, yes.
That they should not
Yes.
bring.
Now,
leave.
I don't know how you guys do things in teen camp, but in JBC, we have multiple locations for lost and found, and we tell them and remind them like every day. It's part of our orientation. Like if you lose something, check the lost and found. Here are the locations. And the lost and found bin inside the JHQ becomes just
Overflowing.
this overflowing
Yes.
mess of just stuff. And I'm like, I would have known if I left that, just
Yes.
things with their names on it. It's almost got flashing lights saying this belongs to so-and-so. And anyway, they leave it behind. So anyway, what are some of the things?
I mean, it's
What just happened?
what was that?
Your cord clip just floated off and hit me in the knuckle.
Oh, sorry about
That's all right.
that. I don't have a story about that. I had a tangent about something else.
I like tangents.
I was just gonna say this has nothing to do with that, so you feel free to take it. I was just gonna say my kids losing stuff. So Kobe and Theo in particular will set something down, and I mean in 2 seconds they cannot find it. Like I went golfing with my 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old son. Now, yeah. But I gave him a bright orange golf ball on purpose. I can see it from a mile away. I mean, I could just, if it's on the course, like I can see it. And he's like, I don't know where it is. And like, I'm like, it's right there. And he'll look, I'm like, follow my finger. And he cannot, they can't do it. He's like, I'm like, take 14 steps, look down. They find it. So anyway, it doesn't shock me that juniors
Well,
can't
it's not
find
just
stuff
juniors. We
because-
had program guys that can't find anything. I mean, they'll come to me, and there was one boy that was notorious. His name was Kyle, that could
Oh,
not
my
find
word, yes.
anything.
Yes.
And he would come to me constantly,
Shout
and
out,
he
Kyle,
would
we love you.
say, he'd be like, Willie, I can't find it. I was like, and I would tell him exactly where it is, and it would over and over again. He he got to the point where he would come up and be like, Willie, I know you're gonna laugh at this, but I can't find it. And I'd be like, right there. Literally, it was like, I mean, he could not find a thing. Bless his heart.
Well, to your points, to those stories.
To your tangents.
So with JBC on Saturdays, we take all of the lost and found and we lay it out on picnic tables. We lay it over the railings. And here's what the majority of lost and found is made up of. It's actually towels, swimsuits, and notebooks, things that
Yeah.
that's
little
the generic stuff.
right, really
Yeah.
generic stuff.
Yeah.
But Willie, here's what's funny. We spread it all out. Okay, if you brought to camp a particular towel that had a giant picture of a shark on it, okay, or something just very unique, okay, and it was laid out there and had your name written on it,
You would
okay,
think.
you would think that and here's what we tell the kids. We say, all right, and this is mostly for the parents, just so you know that we are trying our best to help your kids be responsible.
Because there's a lot of stuff
Okay.
left.
On Saturday morning at breakfast, we say, all right, we're going back to the GHQ. You have one last opportunity to go look through the lost and found. Everyone check the lost and found. Even if you don't think you lost anything, you need to check the lost and found. So, I mean, they all walk through, and it's almost like the pile doesn't get any smaller.
Yeah.
They all walk by it. They're all looking around,
looking
kind of
around,
like
yeah.
Kobe, just like
Yeah.
looking around. And I'm like, this is a cool towel, right? Okay, yeah, a shark towel, pretty unique. Who's not seeing this? Who's not?
In their defense, I'm trying to think of myself as a 10-year-old. I think if I lost a towel, and this is
like,
totally
whatever.
irresponsible. Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
As a parent now, you're like, no, get that stuff. That costs money. But as a kid, you're like, there's 100 towels at home. Who cares? I've got this really cool toy or this candy or something in my
Well, they
hands.
leave those behind
Exactly.
too. Yeah, those are all over the
You
table.
should turn it into a game on Friday night. Get all the lost and found stuff and turn it like Tic Tac
Ooh,
Challenge.
that's
So be
a good
like,
idea.
hey, whose is this? And
We
then you
should
get points for it.
subtract, or we could say the least lost and found. We actually subtract points for.
Parents would love you if you did this.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to be honest, it's not just JVC, and we have
No,
tons
no.
of stuff left over.
Well, and we were talking about there's some stuff that's been left before that's like,
I mean, bikes.
oh, Bikes?
Yes, there
Yeah.
have been bicycles, and which I don't understand.
we found an urn.
Was it an urn?
Well, it was a mini. Yes.
I think
Yes.
that's fine. I
Yeah.
think that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fine, but we found someone left a
Ashes.
relative's ashes.
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah.
I think
Which-
there was a suitcase full of maggots.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
The
it was
con-
probably
well,
because
the
it was full of
context
rice.
because it had food in
yeah.
the
Yeah.
suitcase.
Yeah.
Cooked rice, to be specific.
Cooked.
Now that's the question.
Yeah.
That's
That's
wanting to-
interesting.
I'm a
First of
little
all,
bit-
is this rice you brought from home, or did you bring a bag, take it to the dining hall, and fill it with rice from dinner that night, and say, "I'm going to have some seconds of that later"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's been some pretty unique stuff found. It's kind of interesting to talk to some of the ones that handle the lost and found.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
Well-
trying to think what other things would
Sometimes they leave cell phones, but-
electronics for
yeah,
sure.
electronics,
Yeah.
things like that.
They're not supposed to have this.
Yeah,
shit.
they're
exactly, and that's why I think they're
Well,
like, I'm gonna
yeah.
leave it behind because I wasn't supposed to have it in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's worth $500, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
just leave it behind.
Yeah. There's all kinds of like sleeping bags, stuff like all the normal stuff is honestly part of the course. It probably amaze you to see
Yeah.
all the stuff. But
Well,
so if your child leaves something, feel free to call and ask.
And we want to get it back to
yes,
you.
Right.
yes, we do.
it actually is a good opportunity to put in a little plug for listen, we do have a lost and a
Yes.
very efficient, very
Oh,
good,
yeah.
It's organized.
excellent
Yeah.
lost and found
Yeah.
system.
By week.
Yeah. So please give us a call if you lost something, but you need to give us all the details as far as
yeah.
what week you were there and all of those things. Even tell us,
Bibles.
If you
There's
just say I
some-
left a towel,
Yeah.
there's probably 1,400 of those here. So
Well, there's some nice Bibles left too. So if you
Right.
they left a nice Bible, it's
Yeah.
you should be able to find it.
Yep.
Anyway. All right. Well, anyway, I think that just about wraps us up here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed listening, and we'll see you next time here on the Happy Camper.